Welcome everyone to the first substantive lesson in the GCSE history topic on democracy and dictatorship in Germany. This gives us the study of Germany from around 1890 all the way until the end of the Second World War in 1945. And in this first lesson, what we're going to do is spend some time talking about Kaiser Wilhelm II. We're going to talk in this first topic about Germany and the growth of dictatorship. Kaiser Wilhelm II, we'll talk about his coming to power, we'll talk about the year of the three emperors, which slightly predates this time period, but gives us a useful amount of insight into this time period. And then we will think about the kinds of things that he does in his immediate early leadership and early politics. And this will then start to inform the next lesson, where we start to look at Kaiser Wilhelm's European relationships. So, as a basic introduction then, Wilhelm II was born on the 27th of January 1859 as Friedrich Wilhelm Victor Albert. He was the eldest son of Friedrich William, who was later to be Friedrich III, and Victoria, Princess of Great Britain, Queen Victoria's eldest daughter. At his birth, Wilhelm's grand-uncle Friedrich William IV was the King of Prussia, and the throne passed to Wilhelm's grandfather Wilhelm I in 1861, and then this was after obviously Friedrich's death. That same year, 2-year-old Wilhelm became second in line to the throne, to both the Prussian and German thrones specifically. Now, of course, in 1871, after the Franco-Prussian War, we get the unification of Germany under Bismarck and the establishment of the German Empire as we sort of know it at the start of World War I. In 1888, we have what is known as the Year of the Three Emperors. And there's a reason why this is the Year of the Three Emperors, because firstly, on the 9th of March, we get the death of Wilhelm I, 9th of March 1888, and then he is succeeded by his son, Friedrich III, whose reign lasts only 99 days due to his terminal throat cancer. And so then upon Friedrich III's death on the 15th of June 1888, you get Wilhelm II, who at the time was aged 29, becoming King of Prussia, ushering in his own era. Wilhelm II's grand accession moment occurred following the death, of course, of Friedrich III. According to contemporary accounts of the time, security was dramatically tightened at the palace as a way to ensure that there was no assassination attempts. Wilhelm reportedly had the rooms ransacked in search of his parents' liberal documents as well. Again, this is an early sign of the break from the early legacy of his parents, and a clear indication that there would be a break in terms of the politics of the German Empire at the time. And really, when establishing authority, there are two things that he does. He breaks from the old system and he ushers in a new system. So in terms of the breaking from the old system, we can see that Wilhelm II is very clear in his determination to leave his own mark on German policy. In March 1890, less than 2 years into his reign, he dismisses the world-renowned Chancellor, the renowned Chancellor Otto von Bismarck. And Otto von Bismarck's time as Chancellor under Wilhelm I was a period of history in which you can see an era of sort of international politics, or sort of geopolitics as we call it, known as Realpolitik, the idea of power, the idea of state power exerting power over other states. This is seen quite often with some of the wars that Bismarck fought, things like the Franco-Prussian War, for example. Otto von Bismarck was just a very astute political leader and leader in international relations specifically. He had crafted a nation and a number of alliances with that nation as the result of his time as Chancellor. And so the dismissal of Otto von Bismarck was a major shift in policy, as you can imagine. The dismissal demonstrated his intent to exercise personal rule, And he even privately stated to others, specifically people like Edward VII of Great Britain, that he is the sole arbiter. He is the master of German foreign policy. And this becomes very clear when we start to see the kinds of policies that he pursues in relation to international relations, in relation to the relationship that he has with other countries. The dismissal of Bismarck illustrates this point very, very clearly. And the policy that is pursued is sometimes known as Weltpolitik, which is sort of different that and sort of distinguished from that of Realpolitik, which is what Bismarck had initiated in terms of his foreign policy. With Bismarck gone, the Weltpolitik policy began to be implemented. Weltpolitik was essentially an expansionist agenda, which featured a modern navy, colonial ambitions, as well as personal diplomacy. He himself oversaw rapid industrial and military expansion. He would start his own naval competition with the United Kingdom and involve himself in overseas crises like the Boer Wars in Africa and also Moroccan crises in North Africa. He was energetic and forward-looking in this type of policy, but despite that being the case, these policies then also began to usher in quite a lot of geopolitical tension that would eventually unravel peace in Europe that we know already from the First World War and that we will get to in future lessons' time.